Hi, I'm Tinny from minibulldesign, and today I'm up in the studio. I just finished up my work for the morning, and it's 8 minutes to 11. It was in the 40s this morning. Went out and built another fire. Pretty good day today. We had a normal number of orders, 5 orders. Had to build some lids and a few other things, but it was a pretty decent day. Lucrative, but not real hard to build everything. Most of the stuff was in stock. Then I built a batch of SS remotes and put those in the drawer, so we're all set there. And as soon as I get down here, I've got to relist those in the store because I think they're low in the store. Now, last night I ordered, was looking at the War Bonnet site, and I was looking at the Spindrift sock, which is basically designed to go over a bridge hammock. Well, it's designed to go over their bridge hammock, but I believe it will go over mine with a little bit of, very little modification. The War Bonnet bridge hammock is suspended from the spreaders with Spectra, and mine has a couple of woven straps that go out to whoopee slings. So the Spindrift is made to go over it, and the Spectra is made to go through a couple of grommets, which my straps won't go through. But what I think I'm going to do is remove those straps, which are kind of heavy and bulky and big time overkill, and put some 1/8" Spectra cord on in place of that, which is rated for 2,500 pounds per strand, and there'll be 4 strands on there. 2 on each side, front and back. 1 on each side, front and back. Anyway, the Spindrift sock goes right over the entire hammock and the underquilt and up above you, and just has a zipper opening where you get in and close it. Once you close it, it has breathable fabric, but you're completely enclosed. So any wind that blows any rain in on a rainy day there's no way it can get on your quilt or get on you. And it's water resistant, not completely waterproof. So anything that blows in, or snow or anything, would not be a problem, as long as you have a tarp over it in case you get some steady rain. And steady rain it won't tolerate. But I would have a Cuban fiber tarp over it anyway. So anyway, it just looked cool to me, and I ordered one. It's probably going to take 3 weeks to get it. When I get it, I also ordered 25 feet of 1/8" Spectra. And I ordered a spool of shock cord for the top to suspend it with. It should be a fun project to do. I'll have to use it a while to decide whether I actually want to use it backpacking or not, and that depends on the weather more than anything. But just one more thing, I saw it, it looked cool, I ordered it, and when it gets here I'll have a good time playing with it. Now, for a moment I want to talk about the Sawyer water filter that I told you guys I had a problem with the other day. Now, as with everything, there's a lot of people watching these videos, and they're from different environments and had different experiences. Some people outright condemned the Sawyer water filter because of the problem I had. Other people just blew it off as a minor inconvenience and something, and other people went to crazy extremes like, what, Anyway, I took the whole thing and looked at the comments, and I learned something. One person said that the technology was the same as they use in kidney dialysis machines, and that hollow fiber takes about 15 minutes to wet out before it'll work. Now, I suspect that when my filter wouldn't allow me to put any water through it, if I had just waited 15 minutes instead of 2 days, it probably would have been fine. And I suspect, using that man's comment, that if you were out on the trail and you're using a filter for the first time and it just wouldn't go, I would just put a platy bag of water on it, hang it upside down, let it hang for 15 minutes or so, and it probably would wet out and be fine. So that's worth knowing. Certainly no reason to condemn a really, really top-of-the-line filter. Now, after taking mine out and playing with it a little bit and finding out that it's fine once it wet itself out, I took a platy bag and put a little bit of water in it and screwed it right onto the dirty side of my Sawyer squeeze filter, and then put the drinking cap on the other end so it couldn't leak. So it'll be in a water environment all the time. Now, if the water was dirty and you were in a very warm, humid climate, I suppose it could mildew. None of my filters have ever mildewed. In fact, I haven't had any trouble with mildew on anything, but I don't live in a warm, humid environment, and I take pretty good care of my equipment, so I have never had any problem. And when you're out on the trail, you should be using your filter at least once every day, so if there's water going through it all the time, it'll never dry out, and it certainly will never mildew. So other than storage for a long period of time, I don't see that there's any problem. And as long as you check it before you go out the first time in the spring, I don't think there's any problem. And if it needs to be wet out, I think it's a 15-minute waiting period, and then you'd be all set. So in other words, basically the filter is bomb-proof, super simple, low cost, high flow, dumb simple to operate. Now some people keep warning about, oh, it'll, if you freeze it. Well, I don't hike in the wintertime, and I store it in the house here, and I'm pretty sure that if it got cold enough to freeze that hollow fiber, it would probably burst the water pipes in the house first. They'd freeze up first. So I'm not going to worry about that because it never gets that cold. It might get down to 55. That's a long ways from freezing. So, but that is a valid point. If you were out in a really cold environment, you'd want to keep it in a warm place. You wouldn't want to let it freeze. So, I've got to go to the post office. Beth's packages won't fit in the mailbox. They're too big, even though I don't have any international orders today. But I've got to go to the post office because they won't fit in the mailbox. So, I'm Tinny from minibulldesign. Get out and hike. Take a friend. Enjoy the great outdoors, and more important than anything, try to have some fun today and try to have a really great day. Bye-bye.